OMG, Cowboys Nation, hold on to your hats because the Dallas Cowboys have just pulled off a move that has the entire NFL world buzzing. Veteran wide receiver Tyler Boyd has officially signed with the Dallas Cowboys in what is being described as one of the most unexpected yet incredibly savvy moves of the 2025 offseason. This signing has taken fans, analysts, and even rival teams by surprise, and it might just be the missing puzzle piece the Cowboys needed heading into training camp and the regular season. After months of speculation surrounding the Cowboys' depth at wide receiver, and with critics questioning whether Dallas had done enough to support quarterback Dak Prescott after trading for George Pickens and relying heavily on CeeDee Lamb, this addition could drastically reshape how opposing defenses prepare for this high-octane Dallas offense. Now, let's break this all down. Tyler Boyd, a 9-year NFL veteran, was drafted by the Cincinnati Bengals in 2016 and quickly carved out a role as one of the most reliable slot receivers in the league. With back-to-back 1,000-yard seasons in 2018 and 2019, Boyd became known for his crisp route running, sure hands, and ability to make tough catches over the middle. While he was never the flashiest or fastest player on the field, his football IQ and ability to find soft spots in zone coverage made him a quarterback's best friend, especially on crucial third downs. Over the years, Boyd transitioned into a mentoring role as the Bengals added star talents like Jamar Chase and T. Higgins, and while his targets dipped, his impact in the locker room and on the field remained undeniable. Last year, Boyd spent a short stint with the Tennessee Titans where he struggled to get consistent targets in a run-heavy offense, but scouts have noted that he's still in shape, still has solid hands, and most importantly still wants to compete. And that brings us to today. The Cowboys, after watching several wide receiver prospects go off the board before their first-round selection in the 2025 NFL Draft, took guard Tyler Booker to shore up the offensive line, leaving a lot of fans questioning if Dallas would do enough to add depth to the receiving core. Behind Lamb and Pickens, the Cowboys' WR room was filled with young, unproven talent and journeyman players. Fans and analysts alike were vocal about the need for a reliable veteran who could step in and contribute immediately. Enter Tyler Boyd. The front office clearly saw the value in bringing in a veteran presence to complement Lamb's explosiveness and Pickens' vertical threat. Boyd's game is built on consistency and timing, which fits perfectly into a West Coast-style offense that relies on quick reads and short to intermediate passes, all areas where Dak Prescott thrives when he's at his best. This move also signals something bigger. The Cowboys are all in on making a legitimate Super Bowl run in 2025. They've already restructured Doc's contract, loaded up on defense with young talent, and made some key offensive line additions. But now, by adding Boyd, they're acknowledging that championship teams need depth and experience. One underrated aspect of this signing is the potential impact on third down efficiency. Last season, Dallas struggled in late-game situations and on third downs, often relying solely on CeeDee Lamb or Tony Pollard to make something happen. With Boyd in the mix, Prescott gains a seasoned receiver who knows how to get open in tight spaces and can serve as a safety valve when plays break down. You can almost feel the excitement radiating through the fanbase. Social media exploded within minutes of the announcement. Fans were tagging each other in disbelief, shouting out Jerry Jones for making a sneaky smart signing. Twitter and Instagram were full of posts saying things like "Boyd to the boys? Let's go," and WR3 has entered the chat. YouTube channels dedicated to Cowboys analysis began pumping out emergency videos breaking down Boyd's film and predicting what his stat line might look like in this offense. Even some former Cowboys players jumped on X to praise the move, noting that Boyd brings a veteran savvy that this offense needs in crunch time. Let's not forget the strategic implications either. With Lamb demanding double coverage and Pickens stretching the field, Boyd should find plenty of open space underneath. That's going to put a lot of stress on opposing linebackers and safeties. Either they drop back to help on deep routes and let Boyd eat up yards underneath, or they press up and risk getting torched over the top. This kind of layered offensive threat hasn't been a staple in Dallas since the prime years of Dez Bryant and Jason Witten working in tandem. And while Boyd isn't the athlete Dez was or the route technician Witten became, He blends elements of both, making him a low-key nightmare for nickel corners and hybrid safeties. Then there's the locker room dynamic. Tyler Boyd is known as a consummate professional. Never one to demand the spotlight or stir drama. He's going to be a calming veteran voice who can help mentor young wideouts and provide leadership by example. That's invaluable for a team that has legitimate aspirations of making a deep postseason run. Chemistry matters, especially in the wide receiver room, and Boyd has the kind of temperament and experience that helps younger players grow while giving the coaching staff someone they can trust to execute the playbook. Speaking of the coaching staff, let's give a shout out to offensive coordinator Brian Schottenheimer and head coach Mike McCarthy. This move reeks of coordination and vision. Boyd isn't just a body added for depth, he's someone who will be incorporated into packages, especially in red zone and third down scenarios. Expect to see more trips formations, more pre-snap motion, and more creative uses of spacing now that Dallas has a legit slot technician on the roster. Schottenheimer now has a veteran who understands defensive schemes, knows how to adjust routes mid-play, and won't make rookie mistakes in high-leverage situations. From a salary cap standpoint, this move is also a home run. Reports indicate Boyd signed a short-term deal, likely around 1 year in the $2-3 million range, a bargain for a guy who can easily give you 500-600 yards and a handful of critical touchdowns. And if he outperforms expectations? Even better, it gives Dallas flexibility without tying up cap space in a long-term commitment. Essentially, it's a win-win scenario. If he performs, he's a steal. If not, you gave it a shot at minimal cost. So where do we go from here? Training camp will be the first true test. Boyd will need to build chemistry with Doc, learn the playbook, and prove he can still create separation against first-string defenders. But if the early signs are good, don't be surprised if he climbs the depth chart quickly. I expect him to challenge for WR3 from day one, and if injuries happen as they inevitably do, Boyd could find himself starting games by midseason. One big storyline to watch will be how quickly he can develop timing with Dak Prescott. That timing is everything, especially for a slot receiver working the middle of the field. Fortunately, Boyd is known for his high football IQ, which should help him assimilate quickly. Some fans were dreaming of flashier names or blockbuster trades, but sometimes, the best moves are the ones that don't make headlines until the season starts. Tyler Boyd could end up being one of those rare free agent steals who quietly becomes a core contributor on a playoff team. Think back to when the Eagles signed Alshon Jeffrey or the Bucks picked up Antonio Brown. Not exactly headline news at the time, but they made major postseason contributions. Now, we have to touch on the elephant in the room, Boyd's previous comments about wanting to play for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Yes, he said it. Yes, he meant it. But the truth is, the NFL is a business. The Steelers didn't make a move, and the Cowboys saw an opportunity. Boyd wanted to play, Dallas wanted a receiver, and here we are. Honestly, who wouldn't want to play for a team that's primed for a playoff run, has one of the best stadiums in the league, and plays under the bright lights every Sunday? To wrap this all up, Cowboys Nation, this signing might not feel like a blockbuster at first glance, but it's the kind of move that turns a good team into a great one. It shows that the Cowboys are serious about depth, experience, and putting Doc in the best position to succeed. Tyler Boyd isn't coming in to be a star, he's coming in to make winning plays when it matters most. And for a team that's been knocking on the door of the NFC Championship for years, that kind of contribution could be the difference between another early playoff exit and finally reaching the promised land. If you're a Cowboys fan, you have every reason to be excited. If you're an NFC defensive coordinator, you better be worried. And if you're Tyler Boyd, welcome to America's team. It's time to make some noise in Big D. Subscribe if you want more Cowboys updates. Like this video if you believe Boyd will score 5+ TDs this year, and let's talk predictions in the comments. Is this a sneaky WR3 breakout waiting to happen or just smart insurance? Let's ride, Cowboys Nation.